been a little bit passive the last couple of trips.
And they got a mismatch opportunity here. Derek Anderson against Chuck Person.
Cavaliers down 1. Anderson looks at Kemp. Shot clock inside 10. Sean to take it strong, and it got denied by Tim Duncan. Came from the weak side. Kemp beat Robinson. Duncan with the denial. 8th block shot tonight, San Antonio. 35 seconds left. Avery Johnson. Shot clock at 7. Duncan on the low block. That short jump hook didn't go. It's got to be a loose ball foul. Got to go the other way there. Duncan climbing over the back.
But the Spurs had a foul to give here, so no foul shots involved. But Duncan and Robinson banging hard inside, as they have been doing all game long. And Sean Kemp taking it hard to the basket, as he should, challenging the big guys, but the big guys more than equal to the task, slapping that out of there.
Manny, what a luxury. I mean, now there's Sean beat David Robinson. David Robinson was in no man's land. Could do nothing. He was going to watch Kemp throw down. Here comes a 7-foot rookie of the year out of Wake Forest, giving the Admiral help.
And that's why their opponents shoot about 40% from the field, because they're so tough inside. And that's just the shots that they block. There's so many more that they change, and so many more that they get into the head of the players, knowing that they're patrolling the paint, that players don't even think about going inside. They become very comfortable just standing on the perimeter, taking a jump shot.
They defend the goal better than any in the NBA. You see David Robinson's second half story, 20 of his 27. They've blocked 8 shots tonight, the duo of David Robinson and Tim Duncan. And the Cavaliers, Matty, they led 83-78 with over 2 minutes left. And as we said, offensively, they were going to need more. I mean, you knew that, and it hasn't happened. Shot clock off. Cavaliers maybe with a quick win on this trip. Brevin Knight, Ilgauskas for the lead. Not going to get there. Brevin Knight got it back. Threw it up to the rim. No. But David Robinson on a reach on a personal foul. Cavaliers are going to get to the line with Brevin Knight. That's 5 on Robinson. Well, David Robinson with a reach. Brevin Knight a lifesaver.
Well, this shot missed so badly that the Spurs unable to follow and track it. I think Sean Kemp knocked it loose at first, and you think Mike Fratello, he wanted to dunk. Nevertheless, Brevin Knight goes up and ties it up with the first one. But Brevin Knight did an outstanding job as he was in jail against David Robinson. Nowhere to go, but able to throw his body into Robinson to draw the fouls, something Robinson's been doing all game long.
Brevin Knight, this for the lead. Cavaliers by 1 at 85-84 with 9.5 left. All right, we're going to take the timeout.
Well, the San Antonio rookie Tim Duncan had given the Spurs the lead. The Cleveland rookie Brevin Knight now gives Cleveland the lead. They are now up by 1 over San Antonio. Back with more on this game in just a minute.
As you may have read on the internet, in a national tasting of regular and iced beers, brewmasters and beer experts named Old Milwaukee the best tasting beer in America. And this just in. Old Milwaukee Light has won the gold medal for best tasting light beer, beating every other major light beer for taste. Judge for yourself. Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light, America's best tasting beers.
Say you could go back to a moment ago. Say you could change something. Anything. Make better choices. More informed decisions. Say you could see things in a new way. Gain a new perspective. Then you learn the only real competition is yourself. The Stack changed the game.
So Brevin Knight's free throws giving the Cleveland Cavaliers an 85-84 lead over San Antonio. Let's continue with more bonus coverage from Gund Arena. Michael Regai and Matt Gukas with the call. 9.5 to play.
1993, the month of March at the Coliseum, and a Cav blowout win. There have been a lot of tight ones against the Admiral and crew. San Antonio has won in this type of situation in this building late in games on last shots many times in this streak of 9.
All kinds of different personnel over that time period. This is brand new. And you got to be worried about David Robinson right now. A couple plays ago, they ran a little pick and pop on the right side where David can get a look. And he found Tim Duncan underneath, or he can take the shot, or he can drive.
Crowd of 17,000 plus on their feet. Avery Johnson into Del Negro. 6 seconds left. Del Negro baseline. Jumper for the win. Right there with 3.3 left. Oh, it nestled so softly in the bottom of the course.
Wow.
You never thought it was going there, and Vinny Del Negro came up big.
How could you? Vinny Del Negro all the way, running a little pick and roll with Duncan. Had in his mind, wasn't looking for anybody else. His thought process was get it up there, get it in if I can, if I miss. Give my 2 big men enough time to whack away at it and try to get the stick back. Tough shot by Vinny Del Negro going to his left under all kinds of pressure. You cannot fault Derek Anderson one little bit. He was all over Del Negro, challenging that shot every inch.
It looked picture perfect from the moment it left his hand. A high rainbow jumper from Vinny Del Negro, 5 points over his per game average on this season. 8th time we've had a lead change here in the 4th quarter. Now the Cavaliers have 3.3, plenty of time. They will need to trigger for what they hope is the instant win.
And I'm a little surprised right now as I look out on at the bench of the Cavaliers. I see Wesley Person not in the huddle. Danny Ferry not in the huddle. They were well, of course, only Wesley Person got the 1 3-pointer. You don't need a 3 here. You just need any kind of score to either keep this game going or win it. But it looks like Mike Fratello is going to stay with the 5 men that he had on the floor. Gauskas, Kemp, Anderson, Henderson, and Knight. And the Spurs do have a delay of game to use to take a look at the set play.
We salute our Toyota player of the game tonight, Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Another double-double for Z. 21 points and 12 boards. 34th time this year he's been at 10-plus rebounds. Bob Sura has returned for Brevin Knight. Sura, Derek Anderson, Sean Kemp, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and Seth Henderson. 3.3 seconds left. 86-85 San Antonio. This will be for what the Cavaliers hope is the instant win. Sura to trigger.
Yeah, David Johnson did a nice job that time delaying his delay of the game to actually get a look at the play. And it looks like a stagger screen going to the left to try to set up Derek Anderson. Mike Fratello realizes now that the Spurs got a good look at it. He's going to take his final timeout, which now puts a lot of pressure on Bob Sura to get the ball in. No timeouts remaining. No 22nd timeout remaining. The Spurs have 1 timeout left. Now, whether or not Mike Fratello will change the play or just put a thought in the minds of the San Antonio Spurs that he is changing it, but it looked like they were trying to set up Derek Anderson coming all the way from the left wing, either rolling over a little double stagger or to pop out, see what he can do.
Seen a couple of basketball games going against the Cavaliers and at the buzzer this year. Kenny Anderson knocking down a big jumper at the buzzer when he was still with the Portland Trail Blazers. Well, the Cavaliers would like to do it that way themselves here, Matt, and it would be extra special. Cavs didn't have a lead in this game until the 4th quarter when they caught the spark behind Danny Ferry's triple shooting, and Danny is going to check back in. Ferry checking in to be the trigger man. Now he's going to talk to Sura.
Well, you know, no defender is going to leave Danny Ferry at all, as hot as he was midway through that 4th quarter.
Now Avery Johnson's not going to play Bob Sura. Chuck Person to check in. Who's going to go down? Tim Duncan. So when Fratello went to Ferry, Person replaced Duncan. They'll move Monty Williams on Danny Ferry. 3.3 left. Sura to trigger. Anderson at the sideline, off his chest and out of bounds. Mike Fratello looking for a push that's not going to come. 2.6 left. And the Cavaliers have turned it over. San Antonio to get a timeout.
Well, The Cavaliers claiming a lot of contact on this play. Actually, I thought the pass was very hard. Maybe a little bit too hot to handle. We saw that in Sacramento the other night in front of the Cavaliers bench. A key opportunity to get the ball in bounds, and Bobby Sura was unable to make the successful pass. No way of telling whether Derek Anderson should have been able to catch that or not, but it was very hard.
2.6 left, so the Cavaliers now, they're out of timeouts and down by 1. They're going to have to foul immediately, get San Antonio on the line, and then have one last opportunity to somehow launch a 3. The Cavs had an 83-78 lead and have been outscored 8-2 in the final 2.5 minutes. And Matt, as we spoke of at the time, the offense just kind of became stagnant after that lead went to 5 on the Ilgauskas jam after Sura broke down the San Antonio defense and found Z, but that pretty much has been it offensively.
And then it became pretty much take the jump shot, the easy jump shot that comes along, although they're not easy when they're being challenged. And the Cavaliers never could quite find the set play or the matchup that they wanted. It appeared that Derek Anderson had a couple of opportunities to take Chuck Person, but the Spurs were very cute with it. They switched just at the right time and got Chuck Person off of Derek Anderson, and the smaller Avery Johnson on him, which makes it that much more difficult to try to penetrate, and Derek Anderson never got the ball.
As we talked about, San Antonio, the second worst in the NBA at free throw shooting. The Spurs, as we talk about it, average just 69%. You see that NBA average up about 73.5, but David Robinson has belied that here in the fourth quarter, as Robinson has come up real big for San Antonio with 13 points here in the fourth. And San Antonio has shot 60 more than the Cavaliers, 33-17.
Could be a tough inbound pass for a little Avery Johnson against 7'3" Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
Johnson to try to trigger. Let down the baseline. Oh, Cavaliers finally got a foul with the clock ran out. Now, Ronnie Nunn blew his whistle. The question here is, what are they going to put on that clock? 7/10 of a second. Cavaliers left a good second and a half go off before they committed the foul.
Tough pass, a dangerous pass, but Avery Johnson throwing it to the outstretched arm of Chuck Person here. And there's the first whack with about 1.6 as Derek Anderson hit the left bicep of Chuck Person, but no whistle. Now, this is sometimes hard for players. Then if you maim the guy or grab him around the neck and throw him down, they call a flagrant foul on you. Here he just hacked him on the arm and didn't get the whistle with about 1.6.
San Antonio starting a 5-game Eastern Conference swing. Looked like they were dead here late fourth quarter, but they have come back. They lead it by 1 as Person misses the first. Now 7/10 left, but the Cavaliers have no timeouts at all.
So they're going to pretty much have to run the home run play, the one that was so successful for Valparaiso in the tournament. But I don't see anybody for the Cavaliers down at the other end of the floor at the top of the key.
If I'm Person in San Antonio, I'll miss this on purpose.
Yeah.
And let it come off the rim.
As long as he touches the rim.
As long as he touches the rim. Clock starts as soon as it does. Yeah, Person will miss it on purpose. Kemp will throw it the length of the floor, and that's going to do it. Cavaliers let a 5-point late fourth quarter lead slip away. Vinny Del Negro shoots the cold-blooded.
So much for the Czars' 4-game winning streak. Cleveland loses 86-85.